Hi, let's talk about the value of struggle for a moment. Life is governed by laws. Now, these laws are mostly unwritten, except discovered and written for the greater good. These laws exist whether we know them or not. The law of aerodynamics cannot be attributed to one scientist because it took a whole lot of scientists and discoveries to be able to come up with the law of aerodynamics. Sir George Cayley was the first scientist to formalize the science needed for flight, and he discovered 4 forces that are needed for flight. He names them as follows. Number 1 is lift, number 2 is gravity, number 3 is thrust, and number 4 is drag. What this simply tells us is that the design of an aeroplane is a law, because the law of gravity says that anything that goes up must come down. The shape of an aeroplane was designed as a law to override the law of gravity. The struggle you are facing right now is because you are up against a law. Life is full of laws. In any country that you are in, whether as a citizen or as an immigrant, you are up against the law of that land. To succeed, you have to ride with the law. And if you are struggling against the law. So life is full of laws. So the struggle you are facing right now is because you are up against the law. What you need to do is to shape your life, design your life in such a way that you can ride over these laws. The sad truth is that the laws will not change for you. But the good news is that you can reshape your life to override these laws. Just like the shape of an aeroplane was designed to override the law of gravity. I like the illustration of Jesus in Matthew chapter 18 from verse 8. I read, "And if your hand or foot causes you to sin, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to enter life maimed or lame than with 2 hands or 2 feet to be thrown into the eternal fire." Now, Jesus is not trying to tell you that you're going to be thrown into eternal fire, and he's not trying to tell you that he's going to enter heaven lame. What he's simply saying is this: the laws will not change just because you want it to change. So, because you are up against the law, this law will not change, but you can change. You can change your thinking pattern. You can change your thought process. You can change your actions. You can change your habits, and you can change your character in order to be able to override the law that you are up against. But if you don't do that, it says that you are going to be thrown into eternal struggle. But it is better for you to change your thought pattern and enter life. That is what Jesus was simply saying and illustrating to us. The value of your struggle is simply in the sacrifices you make to change your pattern of life, to change your thinking process, to change your habits and your character in order to be able to deny yourself of the present enjoyment, the present pleasures for the greater good of your future. And so the struggle you are facing is not to destroy you. All you simply need to do is to shape your thinking pattern, shape your actions. And if you are able to change what you can change, if you are able to shape what you can shape, which is you can override the law that you are up against. Gravity was not changed for the law of aerodynamics. Aerodynamics was a law that could override the law of gravity. And so the struggle you are facing right now is a law. The best thing to do is to shape your life in order to be able to override this law. I believe this message has blessed you. Until I see you again, keep focusing on the bright side of life.